There's days where I walk into our break room, you look at that countdown clock, you kind of have to pinch yourself like it's coming. There's nothing stopping it.
Time's ticking down, but I mean, we're ready.
This is our favorite week of the year.
Pretty rapid shift in the weather here, so snow's gone, frozen ground conditions are gone. Sun's out, it's warming up this week, so we actually took our covers off the greens last week just for a couple days, got an application out. Really liked what we saw underneath the covers. We put them back on at the end of the last week, left them on for a few extra days to kind of encourage a little bit of growth, let them wake up a little bit heading into the season. As you can see, if you look around here a little bit, build out has been going on for the last 2 weeks here. So some of the larger structures to the right of the 13th hole, to the right of the 17th hole are progressing very nicely. So this morning we started our spring aerification procedures on putting greens and approaches. We're pulling a 0.41 inside diameter quad tine on a 1.3 by 2.5 inch spacing. It's a little bit smaller of a core hole than we would typically use this time of year. The whole goal here is we want to get as aggressive as we possibly can, but there's zero margin for error in the regard that we can't have any evidence whatsoever of aerification come championship time. Certainly aerifying these greens here at Oakmont with the severe undulations, you know, the fact that they're all surrounded by bunkers, you have to be operating at the right angle.
We have a team cleaning up our spoils from aerification. So a team already came through here with a Pro Core 648, punched and pulled cores out of the ground, as you can see right behind me. And then what we are doing is we're picking up those cores, throwing them to workmen's, dumping them elsewhere, and blowing everything clean. Previously, we had about a 20-man crew. We'd have to come in and actually hand clean these cores. And it's been really nice using this machine. Saved about, I don't know, day on our aerification procedures. So it's been real efficient practice for us.
We're near the end of our operation of aerification. It's the sand backfilling part. So we went through, cleaned them up, and then this team comes through and we'll kind of lay down a line of sand along one edge of the green, and we'll use these billy goat push spreaders, which basically shoots air down into the holes. It'll blow some of that soil that was in the holes out, and it'll push the sand that we're laying down into the holes, fill them up. It's a great operation. It's low intensity, so there's not abrasion from using a cocoa mat or anything like that. It's all air, blows them into the holes, and then we'll come through, blow any like big pockets of sand, and then give it one smooth roll over the top. I think the spring aerification is the best part of the years because everyone's finally getting outside from the winter. Everyone's they're a little stir crazy in the winter. They get to go outside. People are in their t-shirts, 65 degrees and sunny, not a cloud in the sky, and that's what these guys live for. They love being outside. So just having everybody get back outside that's why we all love it.
Ben's on a roller here. This is kind of the last step in the aerification procedure. So he's putting a roll on all these greens right after the sand team goes through, and that really sits down all that aerification disturbance. And then Ben, as soon as he's done rolling, that flag stick's going in the cup on the green.
It's something cool that I get to do here. I mean, there's a very short list of people that be able to cut cups at Oakmont, so being able to be a guy that they trust to do that is just special. I mean, the history behind this place. This is actually the first golf course I ever worked at, and I honestly didn't think they would hire me because it was Oakmont. So just being able to be a part of this place, and especially being able to work on the greens and the historic memories and everything that's happened here and all the people that have gotten to play here, it's just very special to be part of.
Actually, just today, we decided to start up our irrigation system. And it's actually a pretty important, pretty big week for me. This is kind of where it starts right here with our main pump control. Without this, you don't have a system. obviously. Like, this is your brain, this is your heart. My job is to make sure that those guys are able to get the water so that they can do their jobs. I don't want to talk about how many times I think about work or the irrigation system whenever I'm off the clock. I said it might make my fiance a little mad sometimes, be like, oh, be like, I've got this to do, I've got that to do. And she's like, why don't you just save that stuff for work? And I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't really work like that, though. Whenever you have so much to deal with, whenever you have over 300 acres, over 20 miles of piping to do, and you're pretty much the only guy that's doing it, it pretty much becomes your life.
I think it's easy to see just the passion, the pride that, you know, our team just universally takes in just day-to-day maintenance of Oakmont, and particularly in the lead up to the championship. And, you know, I think from my perspective, having been through this, obviously in a different role back in 2016, is, you know, we're here on March 10th, but we're going to blink and this thing's going to be over in a few months. So just kind of encouraging guys to take it all in and watch every little step and realize how big of a part they're playing in this championship is, I think, really important. And, you know, now it's go time.